Esi ebe omeba asan. No one some about me. O kwa so da bada. Yankopon se mama oye ba asa. San ko. Zakaria
chapter 8 verse number 7. Awesome bread do me razi si. She me baje me man nkwa me fi boka asase no do na ane asase no do.
Obi odi tere on se ye boka asase east. Ane ya west. No so man baje won kwa wo boka no ya ane. No anse if put it na ya do mu wo hwe. Nti the most na be aya abrofo won pa there ya me Somafo pay wa Africa. Sase. Boka Amaya na Yankopon kan on Israel na Saudi Arabia. Api ane on Ghana. Amaya ba asam. On wa kan wa. So kan ba jo nkwa da nkofo no kwa ahemanum. Da nkofo nti ahemano wo ho. Arabpo Hebrewfo na onye akadafo. Won nti Yankopon gba aheman. Nti wa ka sabe wo so peda ko bi e. Gida ba jo no ho. Asem oyetete ka so le mpo chena na mbe no watase. Akarafo Arabiafo na Hebrewfo won tin Yankopon ogba aheman nti so wo so pire kwa aheman ma gida badam nkrofo osum na ame Yankopon wa abad mo oye gida bam sana oyo asase boko nti asenya de nti afi yeboko ma Arabfo pa na kaban boko do na yanko
Quran chapter 3 verse number 96. The first house ever to be built a sanctuary for men was that at Mecca, a blessed place, a beacon for the nations. In it, there are clear signs and the spot where Ibrahim stood. Whoever enters it is safe.
Asa. Yankopon na fie aw de kan be wiase. Aso no do Mecca. Na asma yem de ko be obera boko obera be yankwaje. So kina be yankwaje na cheboko ahemanu. Yeah. Na Kaaba no ho abakosam kekene ala fo nyim ebra otumpo Yankopon obo wiase ni wi aboso Yankopon obo wiase wi osuma etumofo wo batire yimpa nti wo opro ho Adam na ma nai ba asase no Adam o 10 na was owo do mu asase ni ma obeyina wo ba wa nkoten what now 10,000 years na for saba no motor na yen on Yankopon say no on see the madan on Pensimaka be o chada nzo no be see and say Adam na kasa botire o si ho and say impa wo hu adu no ara for the kan opi so da ba ya na ye won fun be ba ne no onyim na wonyim ontala impa be yi ase na Adam ba da ma do so a na o si da ba nzo wo kan opi so da ba opi so da ba bi ndan kan mafro wonte ye Kaaba on piso bai tumu na obesi tumu na obal ona Yankopon ma osi na oso obra kwan ro ase asase na moboen meda boen so meje msha asase no mu ahemara woso abon so meje wasase no mu ento anam na boen so meje msha asase no mu nti yimpa bia de na baka dat na abaya bon oso ma so pa wo ba yimpa pi wo ye bon ona masase nse osudo hu ima da opa na boda waye da ona Yankopon mo bod nti oyi da obiara obo ona Yankopon nchen na da ona Yankopon wa kan no do ye adwuma owura jem na bo wura jem na o kire bo wu na bona wo do ni bi wo wu na bona wo do ni ya heman sase nti mo dua da me fie do na me yi wo bona me do wo bona cha ho me te me yi wo bona hwe wo do na me da kan akata wo do am aware wa am Yankopon menche asem na sene ma cho nti awo ho ma bone pache Kaaba awo ho ma bone pache Yankopon oye da huma bebe zina nti bra Abraham ba no wosu ne ba na no bubui nke ma bu wonyim if Abraham no ba no nke ma fu wonyim afin ma dodo wonse ye nti Yankopon ka cha o to dan on pensis foundation do wo fom the nsinu bu dan na foundation no ho nso pensi foundation ro no ya de betira to did the light ozina yimra ma no ka gina ba bia foundation no one nso ka gina kwa na Abraham hu ha foundation no onye na ba Israel ono go sira mada na bra we si we na Abraham ne mpa ne o so tumpa yakopane mo oyin pata sen bera ada se o da sen bera be ze me Abraham ma chiri aba pa no bonche na me mpa yin ti na da maka aba aka ya ibe o so me the whole world nti wo wiase bia na ba Abraham no sum ne mu ora na ta e ba ho ya no o ya mo ba cho ya da ba ho nkutin po
wo Abraham
ne mu pa ma won yes kan ko bra o be di ja da bi say kremo papa anya gena kremo na ye kremo papa e bompa wa ha oro ko ho face da mas na bompa che ba wo so be yebu ha ye da apo kare ko ho nkutin ana yin pa na wotum ko nti yango pa ji etum esi da ma ohin David anya okọ haji wo David owo Israel onye na okọ haji apida okọ kapin mbira Solomon amema ma Solomon osi wo so wo mo ho sati the Solomon si ye sa da so ba
2 Chronicles chapter 6
me ta abro ma cheche mi pa ma wara ngasa asa itsa asabi na ya mfa ya adwuma asemo na obi so o so na ase ekura no ayi no kura no asa asemo da ble wo bu ada Somafo mu nkwaje mu na okoto abofo na wodina gate na oye ho ye no yin press na me am wa adwen na ntuma ampa adwen na ya adwuma na beje mu ho we bi so da ada samba ana hum asopro bo hum mam ho hu na so baka manse what won dey kwahwi o se o ye hunu hu o ka ya ti o ya nka se ampa ya adwuma asa na we bu gate na mo ho no da na hum ba sen ko enso the cinema se me ya na ampa ya adwuma wa asemo da mamreke wa wo hu na be shedi ne wonyim Ghana pu wonyim kra me nse ka bia bogura ma chire me yempo Islamic scholars wa Ghana ha was wonja ho obere ntumi nyina radio no chire mu da emma da bon ko afo kan yan kitse ofi a wo ko tebe won kitsewi ne bia wo kasa tie kan mofo wo ko ka beka wo so ko so bosom ka ba bosom ne wo ka emma ma ba chire me ye pete pe hu de ka bu no so o yan akopon ne fie kwa na ekwa ba yan kwaje ko
2 Chronicles
abi o hin so bo so za ba
chapter 6 verse number 20
moto na bi ni
there when you bobo e woda ne do azechin na azesan me kira bia wara sede ezuzin betena wono do there bete mpa abo a wakọ bobo a kire bia ido no na tie wakọ na wo man Israel ntotosere abra wara bompa a kire bia ido iyo tie no wo tena bia ho me kira osora na se ta fefi
ase ohen Solomon ze ogbo mpa me Israel ponko wasu me Israel biara obada ya kire bia ido wanu bo chan wo bia pa no bo chan me Israel ono ba odema Israel ponko say na ogbo mpa bia pe Yakob na answer
1 Kings chapter 9 verse number 3 na eraze say no de ma to won pa ebo na won toto sra aye no omanyi mu no ma ye ofi a esi konkron de mezemeze mboto hoda na meyiwa na makoma atena ho de yina
nzati ezo ofi na Solomon si wi na ogbo mpa Yakob tie no na asma na Yakob tene na bo makoma na be si de yedo de bia nti bia otram okọ ho obre okọ wo da ho okọ ho na iwe akwajem ingu nkwajem obre akwara no bia no mo Israel no mo ya dem ohin Solomon ogbo em za fonko nti but na yanyimzi onye ho na SDF wo so wakwa yi Israel wakwaso Yakob no ya sro kwa ekwa akwakwa inya hwihwim ma ye kristian yi ahe ye Ghana yi ye bibia ho ya bekwa benye ekwa Israel benye pinbo it to scare one of that bagana nda da nko tin wa asafo yo mi no bi aka je nsu bi obi aka bo be ni ya ba abakwa onsi onye hwe ogbo em Israel ponko Abraham de ogbo em wi ase de be bi ma impo biara na wa ase ba ye botuma ye de ma Abraham ye na ekwa na aya nkwaje ntina na tetem wi ba the third temple.
His Holiness Nyami Somafo is giving us the insight about the third holy temple that has come. And so he said the holy temple is already it's in the prophecy that it will come onto the earth. As he has said, he said the one which is at Mecca, the holy temple called the Kaaba, it was first built by heavenly power called Adam. He said this heavenly entity, at the time of creation that the Most High God is done with the creation, he sent this heavenly entity who have caused Adam to come onto the earth. And each time one comes onto the earth, he spent 10,000 years before going back. His Holiness Yami Somafo said, this Adam, 9 of them came onto the earth, and it is the 9th one that built the holy temple called the Kaaba. The 10th one that came is the one who have descendants of which they will have filled the earth with the human population. His Holiness Yami Somafo said, the temple was built by a heavenly entity called Adam, and he is the 9th one that descended the earth. By the time the 10th Adam came onto the earth, the holy temple has already been built. So for that reason, the Islamic religious people then say that the holy temple descended from the heavens and then it came onto the earth, and that it was not built by any earthly man. His Holiness Yami Somafo said, for the fact that it was a heavenly entity that came to build it at the time Adam was not even on the earth, they will say so. He said that the temple was there up to the time that the flood of Noah came, and then they washed the holy temple off the surface, but it is left with its foundation. It is this foundation that the Most High God instructed Abraham, and then His Holiness Yami Somafo said, a light has been shining, a light was made to shine in his presence to where the holy temple is. He said it is this light that showed him the demarcation of the foundation of the holy temple, and then Abraham and his son Ishmael then rebuilt the holy temple. He said from the time of where Abraham have come to build the holy temple, the Arabians are aware. His Holiness Yami Somafo said that as the holy temple has been built, Abraham then prayed that anyone who will come to follow him, when he comes to this place, his sin should be forgiven. So His Holiness Yami Somafo said, any person who put himself into Abraham's religion and perform it and practice it like they do, when you pray, wherever you prayed from, he said it's not like you traveling to where the Kaaba is. But if you practice Islam as it is being said to be done, not the way we are doing it here in Ghana. He said if you practice it well, wherever you are, when you pray, your prayer is supposed to go to the holy temple, the Kaaba, and then the result comes to you. He said where there is forgiveness of sin, it's supposed to come to you wherever you are. He said at the time that Solomon did not build the holy temple in Israel yet, all the Israel king, as he has mentioned, David and co, all traveled to Kaaba to go around the holy temple in Mecca, which is Hajj. His Holiness and was they keep going until when Solomon the king came to build the Israelites' own for them. And after building the holy temple in Israel, he said a prayer which was read to us in 2 Chronicles, and then he said that Solomon the king requested from the Most High God that he has finished building the holy temple. The Most High God should cast his eye upon it so that any Israelite who come to the holy temple, his sin should be forgiven. His Holiness Yami Somafo said, the temple of Solomon that has been built is solely meant for the people of Israel. And that is the reason he said, those of us in the other part of the world who claim to be worshiping God like the Israelites do, that they call themselves to be Sabbatarians, he said when they travel to Israel, nothing happened. They don't get anything out of it. He said not even something that when you put it on the scale, it will weigh one. He said there is nothing they get out of it, because it is only meant for the people of Israel. He said all that our pastors keep doing, they travel to Israel, they go and pick stones and other things and bring them. He said all of them, they are just waste of energy, and that nothing good is coming out of it, because Solomon built the holy temple in Israel solely for the people of Israel and not to the entire world as Abraham have made for the people of Arabia. His Holiness Yami Somafo in the explanation mentioned also to us that the holy temple, as he has said, he said the one in Israel, the one in Mecca, he said all are built by it. It was designed that it should be built, and that they build it for God's holy religion. His Holiness Yami Somafo said anyone who follow the religion, it is they who give this salvation. Things that are not of God practice on earth is that he said those that are not of God, of which our pastors are doing, he said anyone whom you go to and will give you oil, will give you pomade, will give you something to go use at home, he said you should know that that thing is not of God. And that God's power, it is only altered by words. And then also the messengers who come onto the earth lay hands on people and then they gain their healing. So His Holiness Yami Somafo said, as was said in Psalm, He sent the message and the message goes to fulfill its works that is being charged to go and do. And that is what is signifying that, yes, this is really coming from the Most High God. His Holiness Yami Somafo said, anyone that gives you something that is made of this earth to use before you gain some powers, he said, it is not coming from God. They are all evil powers. He said the Holy Temple, as is explaining to us, the first one that came was built by a heavenly entity. It was later rebuilt by Abraham and his son Ishmael. And then the Temple of Solomon too was built in Israel for God's holy religion.
Okay. Temple no do. Temple should be built. Okay. Okay.
Haggai chapter 2, verse number 9. Also, Ophiin and Chichiri and Yamiano, Bossasan and Carnozano.
I wonder, Yakakaba. Yakma
Israel, yeah.
No, can't show the Yabayaka assassin or what a dano.
That is last one. A back assassin, a bina,
The Merazan,
no, Hena, some more.
Nebiemu, Nambama, Asmoji.
Of the most you know, first one, or a Bonaparte. Second one, or a Bonaparte. A year I want to Musawa Yaraba. That's it.
American.
The Caba, when we put over here, I'll try. Why I heard him for a Parabia, and then I want a trouble me.
And why did they go there?
Oh, Bonaparte.
Oh, okay. Solely for Bonaparte.
If you want for Papa now, what you did to that, man, one put down good ground. Inside you, a Bonaparte walk off. A Bonaparte.
You do a dear.
I buy a chair, a dress about what a better. Get a football watch a cabin, and what's about it? Well, come on, what about me? Not say you want, and that it will look on a cat. Or be important if you feel about you. Well, do you oh, yeah, maybe, young mamma, at the Sapanaba. I promise you, I spoke when I must the mark Rija, Uri on Sinkable. Moko Mitsi, I am a bayan to a bassani, but I make I don't want a most of the Mitsi Urija, Damana Yiti. It's not happy, the movie Mamma asked me, that a yara, but poor, what's up, Yarba. That's it. I won't hear you what's the Macas I once asked you. And all I can't show that the more Quanqua be young are there too. Above one know that you don't know that you never be away.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse number 2. No, Papa then da Ozi Echinumono.
Exactly. I can't know that you are. Only know that you know woman.
Now, was it a Razifi before Bobo?
I pay a young upon the field. Also, what about me, Pordo? So, come about or tell me, Hegakana, or Bokron Hassin or whatever. Or a consistent or whatever.
Now, or Mamma no do about a cookie now do. Now, Manaman, but that's it. Or say what a baby, I don't know one. Here, why can't I know that you know about? I feel quite Ezekiel. So,
okay, the book Ezekiel, now, Papa, how do we determine the lady a woman?
And know that you know, I a woman.
Okay.
You're the crowd. Is there a woman to assume? What the kind of woman is there upon the one who to assume? My cancer, that my cancer, and know that you know, a bit catch of being who a bunch of open know that. A 2 hour ban, or be 10,000 years. Sassy. And I must bury 8,000 years. Therefore, there's 2,000 years I can open and know that. Or say 2,000 better as a hope will see. 2,000 better as a hope will see. A better Adam bar 2,000 years, no one see a bar. No one see 2,000 years Moses bar. No one's a bar, so 2,000 years a year bar. As the years about 2,000 years, the woman. Then 8,000 years. Or you 2,000, 8 years. And as I work as 2,000 years, or Bobuko to open and know that. Nasa, some lines. A woman, or you never 2 women said, young
Advent of the Messianic era. According to the Talmud 11, the Midrash 12, and the Kabbalistic work, the Zohar 13, the deadline by which the Messiah must appear is 6,000 years from creation.
And the Jacob put the catch and a band. You put American over one that or the children. No one of her when we know the children, you do 6,000 years. na the master go see epe 209 na mo start again na say afi 209 na mo say na say 206 na one sancha da room sa gana for the yemen nze na nke honhun ntam da yankopon nimpa bi ba man mu on actives of the sun hwe abincha wadeko what's about so na Yawoh ko wojim ho hwede ewe da ho ya hu na kasin asra asase wiase 7 on enye ewe na yepia enya paradise nso asra asase 9 nti ewe na chirin asase 2 wo na chi senya asra makan obi osibo ntere ye ewe na chirin ewe na kasin asra wiase 7
ewia ne kase no ewia ya da ho kakra yi eboga ne
kakra ya wo no mununkum no wa ye maden na oye ho kro ondum oye hweda otre wiase eso ndi wiase o kakra bi na fe paradise no so
it is a Ghana so na wiase na so the whole world is 7 ewia ngu
ewia na kase ne na fe paradise no so otre wiase akron 9 nti ewia no sen ho da man wiase ebie wo na chi ono oye kun oda ho na kan ya ye huni owo so owo yankopon nche ewuro ka da kan mra
na kan ba
na oyin pata wa de bese na kan o pin o hin na wo obi am sada yes ya no snap yo de kan no fi rabin mo pei wo yin awo so rabin na hemfie ho enti se yankopon na kan bi de ba ye ka kan ya oye oyin pa che da nyame ne maze ye funu bi de ba ene wa bade leza akira ada samba de amine kan bi de ba asasi do nti za ko kitana mo man iza fa maze fa obanya obi anu de si e yesu nko obi anu de si enti bra eto enwo nso ba oba pa ba bia ye ne yin no we ba wure ewe na se enti mununkum na wa ya ran kakra kwa aso na nso mo ye 21 miles nti se yiri bo wure asa na wure sum ba ewe nti na kan ehu kan sati nti se kan ne bo shana senara na wure sum ba ekto san wo siba de no ma za na mo bia ro ba kan cha da samba de da ba se mi no be si mo man bo nti bia gana fo akrache fu nya wo se bo sum na Yawoh ko won sha hwe na aza fo na mo hu ya ho sro papa
nyina agenda that time no gono ahwehwenyu Christ no needed enwu nya agura obotumi de wani awe
ento fa mo hwe na wa kan ase we de hwe mpo anja ere
okay
ono wa kan acho na me mpa bi be o man no mu ma ho hwe we si ade de wotum bo ahye wo dem isum okwa na epu onye da ko hwe ho de ye da etwa ye de hwe gada wo so wo yim nti wo bobota ya kasa enyim nti na wo wo he de ko hwe bi ayere de wo sa kasa okay achira wo de aso no be so man mu ni nti anya me hu na me ada ohuso nti so oba opetire wo ewe ni na no ada nti oba da mpe na round na ewe no ye de hu ewe no odu ha na wo de sum ba adesa na mu na sama de yankopon na kan bi de
eba
woman ni ko ezeze afuna wo maketo nsem Jacob kan acha wo ye de mpi end of days na se mi mpare baba ye kwa kan ya ntama pia
Genesis chapter 49 verse number 1 na Jacob friend mbambe na o say de hombo ohma no na menkaza ndamba obaba homo menkyere
ndamba ekobro from end of days nza so mbaka akira humi obesi we end of days no wo suna ho ada ko do ye no wo suna chi abes it is sister yes sir na da influence asian osa ko
Genesis chapter 49 verse number 1 English version. And Jacob called his sons and said, gather together that I may tell you what shall befall you in the last days.
As the last days, number one. And know that you. Number kind you do 8,000 now. Now 2,000 I've seen, or you know what it is. I can start. Okay, every embassy, English now.
Verse number 10. The scepter shall not depart
from
Judah. No, a lawgiver from between his feet. Until Shiloh comes.
I remember what we for the Shiloh. She said, "Nasa and peace." Oh, the million pound bar. Mind the member. I think also the name.
And to him shall be the obedience.
Oh, the million pound of my Yasway na Hannah. Yeah, I'm busy Christian for the day. Here, we'll see. so what's yesu ọba mi asa wọn tẹ ase wọ he jacob yankopɔ na ɔyɛ ikyɛ jacob dɛ ka kyerɛ wɔn dɛ nyimpa bi do ba ɔna ɔba mi ase na nyinara ɔpɛ na siro nsaase ne yesu so ba ya ɛhoma kristian fo wɔsɔ ɔba mi ase eti yankopɔ na akasa wa hyɛ nkɔm dɛ siro na ɔba mi ase na ɔdan so atoma yesu dɛ wɔsɛ kɔ mi ase yɛ dɛ ɔyɛ bɛ yankopɔ na eyi ɔyɛ mi dzi kasa paa nti dɛ musu mi bu egana fo ɛyin wɔnyɛ ayɛ kan wɔnyɛ bu yɛ dɛ bɔtɔn akɔ ayɛ mɛ nom nyɛ wɔn nam hɔ no bi yankopɔ soma ɔka kyerɛ jacob dɛ ka kyerɛ dɔm dɛ mɔsɔn obi aba wɔpɛ na siro na ɔna ɔba mi ase mɛ yina da eti sɛ yesu sɛ abɛrɛ sɛ ɔwɔ nyimpa yi wosɛ ɔde na ɔba mi ase mɛ yɛ da na ɔyɛ bɛ yankopɔ na ɔyɛ mistake ɔtɔ dɛm saase ɔyɛ no kɔ yesu ɔba mi nsa ya nti yɛ sista ne yɛ skɔ
Orthodox and Hasidic Jews believe that the Hebrew calendar dates back to the time of creation. The year 2009 to 2010 of the Gregorian calendar corresponds to the Hebrew year 5770. And so therefore, the time for the arrival of the Messiah is between the years of 2009 to 2010.
Waka was a year in Puerto. That I don't believe no in Panama. Maybe. Okay, young Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
I think Waka is there. Conquer a bit or a bell or back a sassy or what a down. Now, the movie the Mama Smoby. I feel Obasan, but others also over one knows the two. Now, I feel him over.
Ezekiel chapter 5, verse number 5. Mre Razi Yanko Ponsi, Jerusalem ye, Mizunum Bessie Amanaman Finfin, na incro Echanu Asia.
Also, this is center of the world. The women is in Mizupina or Jatum, the center of the world, only Ghana. It should be in Hudu. In the center of the world, no Ghana on the computer. It should be in Hudu. Why in a tomb as soon as the war? I walk on a Gidan Hoba that a Obosman Baraba will be see Nifi or to the Basan. No, Adamo. Into the Masan, into Oya Crucity. Yankopon Nifi to the Basan. On an but who will be able to be up? I'm paying that Trump, American president. Oh no, is a poor Yahua, but won't see the third temple. Or the total one may never go, yeah, to open the boom. Then they went to see. Makacha also was a good. Impo one ya when this then years impo. When we ask ya was there third temple in impo. Yankopon say mama so dey wa ha. E wo be say ho aye. E kwa e yara be say atafo. Say yeah. And we dey baby. Wo so ye. O sana nsam wo third temple ho. Na ono na yawoda. Ya badi. Yawoda ya bona pache. Da e kwa Kaaba, Mecca, e kwa Israel. E bona pache. Afifia ya yansa. Ayasan wa obikita pma nse hwai na so wo yiya wo atwa circle bi time na wo ho ma san atwa circle bi so wo echi oye 12 feet hwana ayare fo na wontu ntwan watna yeah ndo nko bi watna ase na wo kan rabia kase oye kasa mpa rabia kasa mpa papa wo welo adaba chan wo jara fo ya to wata ko ayi na homa wa ya mesi na makuma na me yefu no ase wonti ada samaka amuru mu hara ma weza ya ma wa rebia esinsum na abofo no gogudo wo so wonya hode na wo sayero wonya hode wo sayero am wodi yimpa na mpa abo a wo ko paradise na etumpo akwa no wo hwe wo de ho answer wo ba no mu yo na etumpo Elijah fo no gogudo na abosia ko ose munti ada samaka amuru mu hara eye shede nko odina de bia wotwa hu odina de bia yekosu ye da ya so nko time bira we bia ya ebe ko twa hu wie na so we bi twa hu wie na result
wa at temple ni infana
ya secret na
go for with the bed you am be bia
ku bi be show pa ku bi show ka club no ofin ayere for what either na so what it's ho
and say na na Thursday nyame ya aduma ye be experience
3:00 e ya be 3:00 e ya be no ba say e boko na woko da mo be kan wo ye what na wo wie kasa wo kan da rabia kase
o kasa mpa
da mo na Elijah pono wo kan wo ma abosin akopon wo osusum na hintwe ho wo da agua no ho agua na wo de chine agua no ho won so wotena ase oyoso a wo chine ho da me yere ha pe wo yere pe no na yakopon na ka che wo da mo yedam
wow
orokoro bo hu ba bi wo ho a na mo bada kakra nje bo hu ma wo tefo mo ho iwo ye na wo twa ho bi obi mo ntuma na anso
I'm no motete on
enyo won ntum nkobi even ye gina hona ran pom gina so mo dance there obi ro hwa adan pom di on ye on ka tena pom o se na onye nse mo da tension na wo da ye da itwa ho saati mo dance da mo ha on no hwan ma won ntum nkwan won wo tete
won no motete on
na mo asidi kasna wo kan wo so ba kebi obi abenye ma
Rabbi yakase ampa Rabbi yakase
obi abenye ma so pe ye da obi twa ho nti na wo se kuma de ye hunya obenye na pe
wow that is Rabbi yakase ampa bebi a wotina bia wotena wa nyame ya dum na ya woda ye kwa 3 o'clock na be to say ngigina je say sa ni pe ye be say experience more than what we are seeing now. And you know,
and see, a man when about son, no what's not saying. 9 o'clock, no, Okucho. 9 number, to 1 year.
Hey, time down.
You want to cover home. It's not your young people can there. Or can sister the woman, or can sister the wizard. 9 number to 1 year.
Wow.
No more 9 number. Obey Edma could have my 4:30. No, we. The bill would do yes, I say you would come with a ma or you mukwa, a praba, or you mukwa, or braba, or you mukwa, or braba, because I'm much. Son of you. 2 for one wash at the 9 o'clock. One wash at the minute on what 9 o'clock. Maca maybe na Masawar or Bill Nasa, Tamaso, no more than why I lie. Number your quarter 2. Na mo play mo play why not the time also I was na him where o tun ya aduma am maka won you mo fi nsi o go do baby what wa adwele ye bi o pere wa you that was o kwa ntama so ba ya medo so but dey bi obi an kata ase
time na dey
na him where to ya bi mo twe no kwa yin paso ya tu na yi papa yi sa ya mo so afa be se e fun ma ade
also times the vin ya go
it's a tune for a while by 9. What you're doing could be 40. I'm actually son of my call. To work with you. Another
one about
another day. Okay, we'll be able to get home. 3 o'clock will be never snackle. Next day,
the 2 no more but 9 and that's how much we are no year. Now we are 2 no more almost about now. I want to go for Fraba. The fofo baba
what's all about what yeah no Yawoh your home was all about
fida
one was I
didn't just no be an oh yeah
what's what you were no was the man why I thought one you go from you per again no why na assassin ha Ecuador to do you see or ya ha and say what home was I one over the Friday and meet 3 o'clock na 9 o'clock.
Wow.
Afi wo so kwa me na ma wo peba ma wo ma wo so ba me na me na 3 o'clock na 9 o'clock wo so ba yi wegba
sisa boyin fo ni na bia mre na on your Saturday wa wo no several years
wunya ba me fo po do so se ba
man no more problem
ahun eti kwesire na abrebo yeye hwan na ope na abrebo yeye hwan na ope ye scale okedesem hwan na ope ye adwuma ye wo so wo be kwesire 3 to 9 zasi enti wakwa ajoda na tu hwan mo tumudi wo so aba wo so kwa brother na ahoma wo ma mpuntu wo so aba zasi waso aba nto waso kwa homa wafẹ obi a kuimidi mama impe kuimidi ati biara be ye biara oro ye no waso aba na biara kwa wi
okay
na eje sem bia e osi ho ono wado ankasa wado wayi ohu bi ho abrara bi osi brara na Rabbi Uncle Sobay was stampled. A year of the way, oh no, yes, I tell you. This is one Uncle Sobaka.
Me I feel that me but you show me ye pa.
I want to sample about 2 o'clock na yet asin. And see, I'm catch what obi wo ha you na okọ. Must e kwada. Ada ye. O say you na nation. Yakopon say you na nation. Nti nation no wie na afi wa sample. Na gari hwe bia wo baka. Na eba ya wo de fira me na ko se na kwa. Na kwada.
Sometimes ya na ejuma nso.
Ejuma dai. Nti mo fo wo kwatena maka bo sumoko. Nsa na wamba. Won ye ejuma.
Okay.
Na nne kokwe so. Do bia de bo mbe ne ye der. Be busy nation. Amakwa.
Bibia.
Wo de hu ne ye. O san na ma asian bia wo hu bi. Wana no huta na asase da ha. Nti brother 3 o'clock. Bi ho o se brother. Bi dako. Na bi o se ukura. Obi a wana te wa bo hu. Wo ne ewian no da so. Or my signal. Odum. No aso. Odum. No aso. Then ya aje. Ada samba ada ho yara ho.
Afi ye kubie ni pa. Kubie ni na bibia o da messages a wonder about the check.
Na yo broken. Wo hu na esu de pete wo twa ho. Na esu opete o nyama ho ho. Iye esu no to. Wa hu de esu na ogore ya. No, that mean what you. Yeah, what way one who you make heavy. Another year, smart and one.
Oh, where the net is on the end of the doors. Oh no, now be. Oh no, now be. Messiah, oh no, now be. Oh no, now be. Oh no, now be. Elijah, ono nawabe.
Ya Rasi, you. Elijah,
ya Rasi you. Elijah, ya Rasi.
Ono nawabe. Elijah,
ono nawabe. Madana Jara see you so then.
Oh, you know, Kasa.
One at the buy different no buy. Wanga Jara see. Yara see you. It means
that's what two the man. Namu abechi na American no fancy castle so there. No chance ba. No more one can fan so. Yara see you. I want to know.
How to mom.
Yara see you. Elijah, ya see you. I'm not a customer. Now, I'm sassy. Sassy, I don't want Cassa. The brown, maybe, sir, no, sir, them not catch it, sassy. Only one be. Elijah, only now you ask me, I watch on non-wabber. And see, some run over one. The memory kind of. Yimpa could be any more or two of the kind of Bibia, yes, you'll be able to do. So you be a poetry. I am going to put Consul Mohammed, a mission not to be come about 1,500 years. Ma was actually by now, I am going to pop. I feel I must not for you. I question another kind of something. Oh, yeah, I feel one. Oh yeah, we don't go pay with Western. Another be
okay.
As I can, I was imagine my uncle. Mamma, ya woboka. No, I need uncle. Temporary, in Pagada into Amba, one young remember uncle or Ghana. Once a year, Papa. But Sunday, Ghana, if you have one or do. Oh, when I won't so, then Pagada one or no quite or send it to the chim or a tuntum. Or you assume not so. sira am brother okuta usum na o ma de yin pakroti mpo a odam no kwa wo da kan wan do yi do bi ama agbo nesu osusu kokon rojo dan bia wo mi se yas kwa be ye nta aso de ntonton so ponkon o fi gana ma a obi nya ma akọ nti abamo tempo do se pa ko gana ba bia ye ho a se sa adwumada e bezi obi fi tamare oraba obi fi enche obi fi sefi
yeah
water anche na intenje mo hu be bia da yimpa nkopi aba nta obi a obi ko te hiara bia takra hara bia se bai de pusa na sa wose na ma wale so obi a mo mo zambra na nka so o ma je do ho na bia mo kare imedi onyi ho so yakopro ho imedi wa gana ha nje biri temporal ya sa se ba ya pia awotwini nje o men mo adwopom o san de yera ba yimpa yere pi nja ne ka se na okọ o se je bo fina nkare mi kuma se cars ba ya 10 buses na mo ko he o se ko top o ba yere o twete temporal ho ma aka no ye hwede nko de bia wotumi twa ho na mo ehwede nko tin na o ye bo na pache no mo na ma se de bia wotumi botwa na nje ho botwa ho so ko da yere fo na homa wa abrabo nko ye ha wo wi na pi whatsapp pi wa abrabo akoye na takwara pro ba na tamare pro ba na yire ba papa nke bi onche wo na amemu adwoboko yipe pi wonya adwuma ye wonya adwuma ye wa abrabo ase abrana ye wa da akwado msafo wa ja ansanom aho oda yimpa libera na na be on konkro bi no so
yo mami kaza mo am pese mo ni nyame somafo ekasa ne number no na me boboi fa pen na fa book na fa paper na twere na so ko fa obidie no na ko eba no ho na ko twere gu ho se de be ya edan den nya botumi nya na me number no ye 0543 466 275 0543 466 275 we matum boss na me bo ama 0543 466 275 saso na 0277 126 308 0277 126 308 number ubutumi da afra maza sabri ya wo hwa egu efidie nenu na wontumi afa na wotumi aba no ho ye this Thursday na ebeye ubafi gbe Captain Abbas LPM na yankwane hia sese yeba otom na me yadoma yawoda owi a na nanasare wo so wa yawo de obrofo wi a na wa ye no gan adangbe yanko Captain yanko
yo delivery every no way aso de obi bia azina wa kire oye ekumfi otom baby efiri baby a mo hia de bedo esohia se fita krazere ba ode bomozin ade ba fa nkraka na bedo esohia sefi nkrana no petem na reba nso a bomozin de be fa takrade ka na bedo esohia sefi kumase na reba nso a fa widi baka na kacha driver de onsan wo esohia afi do esohia ka de rekọ rabi ohiem obi ada oba na obaje ne ho dem rokonkro ne yamesoma african no obi arebre na ne mbre mpo a eso bon rezinam bayeda na bon na fiudo gide enyi okonkro yamesoma african neba konkro bia demibre eheze orbadi ebabi ansana za ezinem bia aye bra na ho boto bra na baje ho bra na abrabo nkoye bra na wadwuma usikasam ubibia nkoye afisorba fasha wadwum de reba na ebenya wapo mezin wunsu moja ahom ahozen ni nara eba konkro yamesoma afo bobo madami me nara ashama inaza yaziri do bibiara ase